name, what you do, and where you're joining us from. I'd also like to know if you were around for Start Strong, where we had Start Strong. So if you were, please just put that in the chat as well. Name, what you do, and where you're joining us from. I'd also like to know if you were around for Start Strong. Okay. So in the chat, oh great, thank you. I can see all the messages in the chat. Thank you. I don't know what's beeping. I think somebody's audio is on and something is beeping from where you are. Innocent, your hand is up. Why is your hand up, Innocent? All right, can you just say your name and what you do? Please say your name, what you do, and where you are, what your location, because I really believe that at the end of today, we'll have a lot of connections. People will connect with each other, it's going to be really a blessed evening. I can't wait. I'm like really pumped. So can I see you post in the chat your name, where you are, where you're reaching us from, what you do and where you're reaching us from. Thank you, Walshak. Thank you so much. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. I don't know what that sound is, but I want to fix it. Okay, thank you, Yinka. Thank you, Kennedy from Benin. Wow, thank you so much. Emiene from Abuja. Solomon, where are you from? Grace, where are you from, Grace? Plan is from Ibadan. I don't know if that's your name. I'm glad. Temitope, yes. Oh, good to see you, my sister. Lagos, Dio, thank you so much for joining. That's Dominic from Abuja. Damilola, fraud analyst. Wow, that's great from Ibadan. Ronke, yes, that's another sister of mine. The awesome Ronke. From Lagos, Falasha Days from Lagos. Thank you there for joining. Yes, thank you, Odunola, Innocent. Thank you, Abel Sunday, Daniel. Thank you. Oh, and Reverend Tunde Phillips is here. Amazing. See, I'm going to do some introduction. So keep posting, and please keep noting it. Keep noting it. Even if I don't call your name, I recognize you and I honor you for being here. If you've never met me before, I'll just do a formal introduction. My name is Ihotu Eritosin-Gregory, and I am a consultant, a coach, and a social advocate. And based on those three things that I am, I have businesses that I run in consultancy. I have coaching programs that I have. If you're not on my coaching program on Telegram, Finish Strong, Start Strong, you need to get on there. And I think Johanna is here. Johanna is going to be my assistant this evening, so he'll be posting links for me. And if you have any issue, just look for Johanna Useni and send me a direct message. All right. So Johanna, you can just post something so that everybody can see it from here. And then please, if you can go and get the link to Start Strong, Finish Strong and put it here as well, so people can join that Telegram group, that would be awesome. All right, you'll be assisting me. And then if you're going to join us on YouTube, because I believe strongly that this room might be full soon, and then we will continue to go live on YouTube. I have Deron Care who will be on YouTube, ready to attend to everybody. All right, so in my course of working as a consultant and coach, I wrote a book called Smash Your Goals that has been published. And I hope to do another book launch in December with 5 new books. Praise God. Just pray and trust God with me that will happen in December. And then, of course, you are all invited. And so on my journey and work, especially my work with God, God gave me a purpose, and the purpose is to be a platform for people to be able to express themselves. Now, I know that sounds very broad, but because of that, I've been able to just stay in that place of meditation, of birthing the calling and the assignment I have And one of it is to have 2 free virtual conferences every year, start strong in December and finish strong in July or August, and that's why we are here. In December, we had Reverend Tokumba Adejumo join us. I know if you were here, just say yes, 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 or just say awesome, 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 or great, 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 because it was phenomenal. It was like totally mind-blowing, right, in December. And now we're going to have Bankole Williams, the capo, the mind guy. Bankole is amazing. I've watched Bankole grow. I've known him since 2005, yes, and I've watched him grow consistently. One of my taglines, or my whatever you call it, the things that guide me in life, the statements that guide me in life is only progression, no regression. Anybody can type that for me. Type that in. Say only progression, no regression. And Bankole Williams is somebody that I have watched, interacted with very closely, and he lives by that as well. It has been only progression, no regression, and I'm so proud of him. He's joining today, and we are going to have a phenomenal time with him. Reverend Tunde Phillips as well is somebody I honor with everything that I can. Like, he's one of the most humble people I know, yet he's one of the wisest people. I was just praying and asking God, who else should be here? God had told me that there has to be a wisdom part of this meeting. And in thinking about it, it just dropped in my spirit. Call him now. Call Tunde Phillips. He will talk on wisdom and he will minister. In fact, that's what he dropped in my spirit. He will minister wisdom to my people. And so I called him and I told him, and he was like, oh, wow. I said, no, it's virtual, just about 10, 15, 20 minutes, just join us for I call it the after party. So when we have all the things that we do, if you're here at Start Strong, that there is always an after party where we just allow the flow of the Spirit to take over. Right, I'm so happy to see so many of you that I know. And the reason why I'm so excited is because many of you are close to me. You know me, you see me in my everyday life. You see me with my head down. You see me in my house with my funny clothing and whatever. Some of you even know like my secrets. Like I can see Funke here. Funke knows a lot of things. See Ore is here, Yinka. All these people are people that know me and they still honor me and come here. And I just thank God for that. I thank God for that grace. I thank God for that that excellent spirit that he has put in me to be able to show progression every time. And I want to pray for everyone here that you will receive that honor that comes only from God. All right? That honor that will make your friends to always show up at every meeting you have and be blessed and be transformed by the words that you say. Even though you play together, they still honor you. I pray that everyone here receives that kind of grace and anointing, and that your mind be completely open. So before we have Bankole up, I told him he can join us for 8:15. So Banky, if you're here, I need to know that you're here. Oh, and Bev is here. Yay, Bev. Yeah, everyone, really. So everyone, really, I honor you and I respect you and I thank you. And one other person I would like to call out here is David Daniel. David Daniel has just been my partner since December, making sure everything works, making sure we are reaching out to our international audience. And I am just thankful for him being my international partner. He's in the US and he just makes it work. So thank you, David, for that. We will bring a physical conference to the US very soon by God's grace. All right, so as soon as Banky joins up, please, I would like someone to let me know. Or just let me know that Banky is here. Oh, Bankole is here. Wow, amazing, amazing. Okay, and if you can turn on your videos, that would be really encouraging. I don't know who has that beeping sound. I don't know who has that beeping sound. But just before I let Banky come up and I just tell you a little more about him, I want to just say a few things that was dropped to my heart about wisdom. I hope that sound is not from me because there's just a beeping sound that doesn't seem to go away. Right, when I was brooding for this program and just wondering what should it be about, because I insist that every event I have should be filled with just, okay, great, you can't get a beeping sound, awesome. Should just be filled with newness and freshness. This month, the Lord told me that this month of August is my month of the new, and the ladies that I work with in Jewels Network. And I just believe every time it's a word for me, everything is new and fresh. And one thing that the Lord said to me is that wisdom is acumen. Please note this, hear it clearly. Wisdom is acumen, and understanding is application. And what that means is that wisdom is given to you based on the things that you experience, based on your reading and your enlightenment and your exposure and your meditation and just everything that you do, you get wisdom, right? So it's acumen. You accumulate wisdom, you get it. But your wisdom cannot be seen, or your wisdom cannot then be externally experienced unless it is done with understanding. So understanding then becomes your application. So for instance, if you have wisdom about how to, maybe if you're a great person, like Funke is a hospitality consultant, and she knows all these great things about customer service and so on and so forth, and she sees some people in the place she's consulting for act very badly to customers. If Funke goes there and begins to scream at people, the workers, telling them the wrong they have done, see, there is wisdom in what she is saying in trying to correct them, but there is no understanding in her application of the wisdom that she has. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand that. So I'll say it again, and to be good for you to write it down if you can, and anybody can put it in the chat for me. It's wisdom is acumen, and understanding is then application. So your wisdom only comes to give you direction. It comes to give you a vision. It comes to open your eyes to know what to do and how to see things and so on. But your application comes with clarity. As you put your hands to do, clarity comes. See, trust me, until you begin to do the things, and I'm sure Banky you talk more about this, and until you begin to do the things that you have received wisdom on, or you have envisioned, until you begin to do those things, light won't get brighter. Illumination increases as you begin to walk in the way of wisdom. Right. And then also, I just want to drop this here. It is not how fast, again, it is not how fast you get it. It's not how fast you get wisdom. It's not how fast you get what to do and how to do. For those of us that are program junkies, just going from one place to the other, accumulating all these things. No, it's not how fast you do it. It is how well you keep it. I'll say that again. It is not how fast you get it. It's not how fast you get wisdom or knowledge or network or friendships or mentors or role models or relationships or whatever, or money. It's not how fast you get anything in life that you want. It's how well you keep it. It's how well you grow it. It's how well you nurture it and tend it that becomes what you need. All right? So let me just end with this. For us as human beings, our life is hope. Is the pictures we see. It's called hope, right? Life is hope. You see growing, you see buying stuff, you see getting married, having children, moving abroad, whatever. All those things are called hope, right? But the living of your life is the faith. Taking each step to finish strong is now the expression of that faith, right? That is now the expression of that hope that you have. So life is hope, but living life fully is what? Is faith. I'll say that again. Life is hope, but living life fully is faith. So your life is hope because life gives you, life is your vision, is what you want, is what you visualize, is what you envision, is what you meditate on, is what you receive in your mind's eye, and those pictures, that is your life. That's the hope that you carry of how your ministry will be, or how your marriage will be, or what your children will have, or what your businesses will do. All those things are the pictures of life. They're life pictures that give you hope, right? But actively working towards that hope, actively setting goals that you are smashing from time to time becomes your faith. All right? I hope that's good. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Are we learning? Are we getting? Are we growing? Is our mind already shifting? That's why you're here. We are shifting because we have to be better. I'm shifting. I'm getting better. I'm not even going to joke. I'm just getting better and better every day. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Please, I want to see. I really like the chat to be bubbling. You know, those of us that are teachers, me, Banky, Funke, all of us that are here, that are teachers. Right? We just like feedback. All right. We just like feedback. So please, I want you to give me some feedback. All right. Give me some feedback. Right. I'm going to ask Banky to turn on his video now, if he's ready. Banky, are you ready for us? Bankole Williams has a background in banking, the financial sector, and then also in consulting. I think he has spent most of his life now in consulting, I would say, because he went straight from banking to consulting. And I'm not reading any paper because, I know you a little bit, so I'm just going to see what I know. And in consulting, he was first in education with Steve Harris, and then he launched out to Live Your Dreams and has trained over how many thousand people now have you trained around Nigeria? On enterprise skills and entrepreneurship, getting funding from Google and Act Foundation and all of that. And he has so many prodigies and mentees and people. See, as I put up the flyer the first time, somebody replied me on WhatsApp in capital letters and wrote Capo. Question mark. How do you know him? I replied, it's a long story. And I just met the lady a few days ago, but in fact, we are already good friends because she was so impressed that I knew Banky. Oh my God, tell me about Banky. Where did you meet him? I said, calm down. Join the program. I know about him. And a few friends of mine have attended his program SOAR, SOAR, Science of Outstanding Results. Did I miss A? I don't know. I think that's it. And that program has changed their lives. Yes?
Astounding.
Okay, yeah. That program, yes, sorry, it's not outstanding, it's astounding, yeah. That program has changed their lives. Bev, thank you. Right, and I've already gotten feedback from a number of people to say what happened to them after they had the visualization exercise or after they heard him speak. And see, that is what we are here about. That's what our lives are. When Paul says our lives are being poured out, this is what it is. We stay, we brood, we try to download things, we try to download this excellence into our spirit so that we can share it. And I cannot wait for you to hear Banky speak. Banky has been on a retreat and that ended today, and he's already here. He's tired, but he's full and ready to pour out. So I want everyone to please, I know you cannot shout. If you can, open the chat, unmute yourself and just welcome Banky with as much of a shout as you can. And if you can clap, if you can say, welcome Banky, Bankole, whatever. I just need to see the chat. If not, he won't speak. You people know me. If I attended my program,
you're welcome, Bankole Williams.
You're welcome.
Bankole Williams, welcome.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So the chat can keep blowing up. You can keep blowing up the chat, and I'll just hand over the space to Banky. So Banky, welcome. God bless you. Thank you for being here, doing your thing. Thank you for always being there for me. And God will just, shower you on unmeasurable blessings. So you can take it away. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It is indeed a privilege to be doing this. Thank you, Ihotu, for inviting me. I've known Ihotu for a while now. We met, I was going to say in Kaduna, but we actually met in Benue State several years ago, right? And it's amazing to see how you've evolved, with the amazing work that you're doing. I love what you do with respect to helping people smash their goals. Something keeps beeping. I see an Oluwa Damilari Sholanke. I think your mic is on. I don't know if it's coming from your end, but it kind of looks like your mic is on. Do you notice it? It's like a sound keeps popping up. Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yes, I know that, and I'm trying to mute him, but I can't. So I'm just, Bami, can you mute, please? Can you mute so that you get that sound? Because I think it must be him. He has been there. I'm not able to mute him. Let me just send him a message. I hope he's there, but please go ahead.
Okay, so it's been it's been an interesting one. Just seeing all the amazing, beautiful work that it is that you're doing. Like, if you can hold on a second, let me double check that it's not from my end, because that sound, it keeps beeping.
No, I think the sound was here before you came up, but for some reason, I cannot ask him to mute, which is weird, because on Zoom, as the host, I should be able to ask him to mute. So I don't know. Well, I don't think he's here.
Well,
Okay.
it depends.
Okay, so everybody with your mic on, can you mute? I think everybody with your mic on, just mute, please, so that we know that it's not okay. Okay, Favor, please, can you mute Favor? Okay, I can mute. Don't worry, I'll mute them. I've figured it out. Please go ahead. I figured how out.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So it's really a privilege to be here. Thank you very much. I hope everybody's super duper excited and stoked about this opportunity to learn, from Ihotu and also from myself. I really just want to speak primarily on one of the fundamental reasons why I believe that a lot of people struggle with manifesting their goals, right? We're in the month of August, and I know that some of you had specific things that you had said that you're going to do in the course of the year, and chances are that you've made some measure of progress with respect to those things. For some other people, they probably struggle with manifesting some of their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations. And I just want to ask in the comments, right? And I'd love if you guys could just give me feedback. Have there been instances, or have there been times where you had desired to achieve something, and somehow, some way, you found out that in spite of the fact that you had the desire to achieve it, somehow, some way, you could not produce that result? Right? Has that been anybody's experience? Right? Please let me know in the comments if you've had such an experience before, right? And also, thank you guys for all the welcome messages and appreciation. I really appreciate you. But just let me know in the comments. Have you at any point in time tried to manifest the kind of result and you struggled with respect to experiencing, right? Elizabeth says many, many times. Godwin says, true, sir. Dauphin says, yes, yes. Christiana says, yes. Right, I see a number of you saying yes. Over there. Sorry, just give me a moment, guys. 1 second, please. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So I really just want to tell you from my observation, my interaction with people, one of the real reasons people struggle, and I'm going to be showing you a very practicable approach that you can take to manifesting certain kinds of results in your life, right? One of the fundamental reasons why I believe that a lot of people struggle with respect to achieving their results or their goals is because they are out of alignment, right? So it's one thing to desire something, it's another thing to be in alignment with what it is that you desire. And I've seen this happen time and again, and it has significantly impacted on the kinds of results that people produce in their lives, right? This ticking thing keeps coming up. I'm not sure we figured it out yet, but hopefully I'll be able to speak without the distraction. Now, so like I said, one of the reasons why I believe that people struggle is because they are out of alignment. So they wish for something, right? They desire something, but somehow, some way, they find out that they struggle with respect to producing it. And what they don't realize is that they are not in full alignment with that particular result or outcome that they want to see being manifested in their lives. And until the head, the mind, and the body are aligned in a specific direction, people struggle. It says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in his ways. Let him not think he can receive anything from God. So if you are double-minded with respect to a particular result or outcome that you want to see being made manifest in your life, it is more than likely that you will not receive that particular outcome that you want to see yourself manifest. And it is important to always do a check, to always measure, to always assess, to see whether you are in or out of alignment with respect to what you want, right? I have seen a lot of people who say they want financial abundance in their lives, but they don't realize that they are not aligned. So they wish for something, but they will behave themselves in a way or in a manner that is contrary to what it is that they desire. And I'm sure that sometimes some of us have seen ourselves display certain kind of behavioral traits that do not align with our desires. And we wonder, how come we don't manifest them? It is because you are out of alignment. And my goal here is to be able to give you the tools, the strategies that you can begin to deploy to ensure that your head and your body are aligned in a particular direction. So I want to give you an exercise, right? A very simple exercise so that you would see what it is that I'm talking about. So I want you all to bring out your mobile phones right now, right? Everybody, please bring out your mobile phones and call up your keypad as though you want to type a message, right? Please call up your keypad as though you want to type a message, right? And I want to see if you can attempt to type your name without looking at your keypad. So you're going to close your eyes. By your keypad, you're going to call it up. Don't look at the keypad. And I want you to see if you can attempt to type your name. Now, please note that what I am measuring, what I want to pay attention to, is to see whether your fingers can navigate, right, to where the letters is, or where the letters are, right? So even if they don't get the exact spelling, do they know the position of the letters, right? So please close your eyes. In fact, I want to hear everyone, if you're with me. If you're listening to me and you're ready to carry out this exercise with me, in the comments, just type ready, right? In the comments, just type ready. Yeah, just type ready. I want to be sure that we're all together and you guys can hear me, right? Praise says ready. I see Joma, a number of people say ready. Fantastic. So you're going to close your eyes and you're going to attempt to type your name. Now, my goal is not to see how accurate your spelling is. No, my goal is to see whether your fingers know how to navigate in the direction of certain letters, right? So close your eyes and try typing, your name, right? Olayinka says, I just did it. So tell me what that experience was like for you, right? Was it hard or was it easy, right? Was it hard? Biodun spelled Biofun, it was kind of close. Was it hard or was it easy? So remember, I'm not really paying attention to the accuracy, but I would just want to know if your fingers knew how to navigate, as in they knew the direction to go. You may know, wow, Rotimi spelled name and surname correctly. So please let me know in the comments, was it hard? Was it easy, right? Femi says it was hard. I want to find out from more people, right? Remember, it's not the accuracy. I want to just know if your fingers know the direction to go, right? Rosemary says it was hard. Samuel says easy, right? Quite a number of people are saying it was easy, right? Remember, it's not about whether you getting it accurately. Okay, Bjorn says not hard, easy, but that your fingers know, okay, let me go left, go right, right? What direction to go. Godwin says it was difficult. Ojoma says easy, right? Grace says hard. Adironke says easy. Remember, it's not the accuracy. I just want to know if your fingers know whether to go left. Elizabeth, you came close. Remember, I'm not talking about accuracy. I'm talking about the direction. Did your fingers know, okay, let me go left to find H, or let me go right? Did your fingers know how to do it, right? Plan says easy. That's an interesting name, right? I see a number of people say it was easy, right? Some people say hard. Okay, beautiful. I want us to carry out this exercise in a different way, right? So please drop your phone. And this time I want you to close your eyes, right? And someone said they tried the second time and it was easy, right? Your fingers, I'm sure, know how to navigate even when your eyes are closed, right? For most of you, if you check, your fingers know the direction to go. They may not be accurate, but they know how to navigate if your eyes are closed. But this second exercise, I want you to close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, so please close your eyes. In your mind's eye, I want you to call out in your mind's eye the letters on the second row of your keypad. Don't look at your phone, close your eyes, and I want you to call out the letters on the second row of your keypad, right? So I want you to attempt from left to right, second row, left to right. What are these letters? Try to call it out, right? I'm going to count to 3 for you to do that. 1, 2, and 3. Now, please open your eyes. And in the comments, I want you to tell me, was this one easy or was it hard? Right? Let me know in the comments. Right? Plan says hard. Tunde says hard. Right? Elizabeth says hard. Yeah, hard. I can see hards are everywhere. Few people say easy. Right? Okay, so let me ask, which was harder? The first, or which was easier? The first or the second? Right? Rate them. The first one. Which was easier? The first or the second? Right? The second was harder. I see you guys say the first was easier. Right? The first was easier. Right? The first time was easier. My fingers knew where to navigate. The first was easier. Fantastic. So I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. Now, for the majority of us, what we have invariably said is that our bodies know. So your body knew how to navigate. So when I asked your body to type, your body knew how to type, knew how to navigate, to spell, or the direction to go in order to find the letters that will make up your name. The second time I asked your mind, I wasn't asking your body, I asked your mind, right? And your mind could not produce the answers. You have been typing for God knows how many years now. Yet your mind does not know the letters on the second row of the keyboard, but your body knows. And when the body knows more than the mind, that which is supposed to be the slave becomes the master. Oh, I hope somebody gets this thing today. Hear what I just said, right? It is obvious that the body knows certain things that the mind is still trying to play catch up on. And if the body knows more than the mind, we know that the body is not supposed to be the master. The mind is supposed to be the master. But if the body knows more than the mind, that which is supposed to be the slave automatically has become the master. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make here is concerning your dreams, concerning your hopes, concerning your aspirations. Does your body know it as much as your mind does? Because if you have not communicated your dreams, your hopes, and aspirations to your body, in spite of the fact that your mind knows what it wants, your body will take you in a direction that is contrary. Oh, did somebody just, gets what I'm trying to explain here? And this is why people struggle with manifestation. Ask people, oh, how much money do you want to make this year? They're going to say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be, you've been saying this thing for how many years now? I want to be a billionaire. You're saying it how many years? You are still the way you are. Your life is still as it is, right? You set those goals, those aspirations, those things you want to do, right? And somehow, some way, you behave yourself in a way that's contrary, so that you would land yourself in the same destination you landed last year. You want to know why? The body does not know, doesn't know yet. You say it has not gotten the memo. That is why people struggle. Some people will say to themselves, this year I'm going to be fit. I'm going to eat healthy. Pounded yam, me, never again. No. Rice, all those carbohydrates. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not, you know yourself, right? You set that goal at the beginning of the year. It made sense to your head. It made sense. You rationalized it in your head. It makes sense to do this thing. But you did it for a few days, and right now you have gone back to default factory setting, default mode. You want to know why? You said it in your head, but you did not send that instruction to your body. And I'm going to show you certain things that I believe are the reason why people struggle with manifesting certain kinds of dreams, certain kinds of desires in their lives. You know, I run trainings for corporate institutions, and some of my trainings are like, 2-day trainings, 3 days, and I observe a very interesting phenomenon on day 2 of the trainings, right? On day 2 of the trainings, I observe that most people go back to the exact same seats they sat in the previous day. Without even thinking about it, the body has taken them in the direction of the seats they sat in the previous day. In fact, I've been in classes where one person comes late and goes to the seat they sat in, and perhaps some other person is sitting there. And they will say to the person, "You are sitting on my seat." And sometimes I'm there because I'll see them ensuing an argument or something. And the person will say, "But this is my seat." And then I ask them, "Wait, hold on. Did you bring that seat from your house?" They say, "No." But can you see how people have taken ownership of their past? The real question is, where else in your life are you trying to move forward, but your body has taken ownership of the past outcome? I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, we do these things without even knowing that we do it. The body craves the familiar. Hear what I'm saying, guys. The body loves the familiar. It craves the familiar. So the body has the tendency to take you back to a familiar past. I have found out that most people select familiar misery over pouring happiness. Let me take that again. I said most people select familiar misery over foreign happiness. So most people, their bodies will take them in the direction that it feels familiar with, even though it does not align with their desires. And until you know how to tame the body, people struggle. This is why people struggle. People don't know the language that the body understands to speak it in a way that it gets it so that it can obey you. I can give you tons of examples. I remember I live in Lekki in Lagos, and I remember one time in my estate, they were working on the entrance to my road, right, on my street. So they were re-interlocking the tiles. So they blocked the entrance to my street. So they told us to use the alternative route to enter my street. I knew it in my mind. My head knew it. I knew that information. I'll drive out of the house. I knew that road was blocked. But guys, every single day for one whole week, my body would drive me in the direction of the road that was blocked. And then I will get there and realize, oh, Bankole, you should know. You should know that the road is blocked. And I would make a U-turn and as I'm making a U-turn, I'm telling myself, do not make this mistake tomorrow. You have to take the alternative route. The following day, my body would drive me in that same autopilot, in that same direction. See, it got so embarrassing at a point because there are these security men that gist and they hang out around there. And every time I get there, I just look at them and they look at me like, man, dude, by now, you should know this now. You should know this. You want to know why I kept going there? My body kept taking me there. It did not get the memo. And I'm telling you that a lot of people, it's just synonymous to the kinds of experiences that they have in life. Why, even Christ said, he said the poor will remain. It's because they have a craving for what is familiar. They ask them, they desire more, they want to be wealthy. Ask them, do you want to be a billionaire? They're going to say yes. But I'm telling you, in spite of the fact that they say yes, if they have not communicated with this body, they would continually produce the same kinds of results in their lives, right? So why does the body keep doing this? I'm going to tell you why. You see, the language of the head or the mind is thoughts. That's the language of the mind. So if I want to speak effectively to my mind, I'm going to speak thoughts, right? So if it makes logical sense, if it makes rational sense, my mind is going to get it. So that's the language of the conscious mind. it makes rational sense. For instance, maybe you feel like, you need to work on your weight or something. It makes rational sense to do it. You feel lighter, feel better, makes rational sense. But because it makes rational sense in your mind does not mean that that's the language that the body understands. The language the body understands is different. The problem is that you've been speaking French to a person that understands English. That's the problem. You've been speaking French to a person that understands English. The language of the body is different. The language of the mind is thoughts. The language of the body is emotions. Hear what I am saying. The language of the mind is thoughts. The language of the body is emotions. And this is the truth. If you have not sent the instruction to the body using emotions, it does not get it. It doesn't get the money. It doesn't get the memo. You are out of alignment. You are not in alignment. And this is the problem. People are saying, fancy things with their mouth. This is what I'm going to do. The body is all looking at you and saying, you have not spoken to us. So, when you are ready, you will send it down for us to understand. And it's the truth. See, let me help you understand. If I put food in my mouth, and I leave it there, have I eaten? Please let me know in the comments. If I put food in my mouth and I leave it in my mouth, have I eaten? No, I've eaten now. No, you cannot tell me. How can you say I've not eaten? I see all of you saying, no. How can you say I've not eaten now? So what is the missing piece? What is the thing that I need to do to ensure that I have eaten? Right? Ojoma says you need to chew and swallow. You have to chew it and swallow, right? More people, let me know, how do I need to chew it. So, okay, if I chew it and I still leave it in my mouth, have I eaten? So I need to chew and swallow. So masticate, swallow, all fantastic. So invariably, what you guys are saying is I need to digest the food for me to say that I have eaten. So putting food in my mouth is not eating, but putting food in my mouth and digesting the food is me eating. So what will ensure that the cells of my body get nutrients is that I digest the food. So why then do you think that because you have thought a thought of your goal, that the cells of your body have received the instruction? Until there is the digestion of the information in your head, it has not gotten to the cells of your body. So your thoughts are just impressions. But that impression needs to be digested so that your body can act in alignment. It has not yet sent the instructions to your body for it to carry it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it is when you have the information and the information is digested information that enters the cells of your body, that is when you have eaten. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? And how you know that you have digested that vision of your future, how you know that you have digested that money that you want to make in your business, how you know that you have expanded the scope of your business, that you have had a compelling vision of what your future holds for you, how do you know that dream of who you're going to be, right, in your career, how you know that thing has been digested, it has gotten to the cells of your body, is that it has found expression as emotions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Until you teach your body chemically what your head knows intellectually, you are not yet there. So what a lot of us have is head, see, is this way, it's a head knowledge. He says, as a man thinks in his heart. It doesn't say as a man thinks in his head. Hear what I'm saying. He says, as a man thinks in his heart. Your head is the seat of intention. Your heart is the seat of emotion. It is intention plus emotion that leads to action. I hope somebody's getting this thing. So, let me prove it to you that this is how, this is the order, this is the right order of life. The way a lot of us have been trained or tutored, you think that I need to have the experience to have the emotion. No, you need to have the emotion to have the experience. Let me give you another example. Have you ever been very thirsty before? Very thirsty. And then for those of you who probably like, Coca-Cola, you took a cold bottle of Coke under the hot sun when you were thirsty. In the comments, can you tell me how you immediately felt, after taking that gulp of that cold bottle of Coca-Cola? Can you give me one word that captures that feeling that you feel immediately after it hits your palate? Let me know in the comments, right? Toyo says refreshing. When you open, the cold Coke, that's the one that's sweating. You open it, and that sound that it makes, right? Julie says satisfied. Kemi says refreshed, right? Refreshed. Musa says you just feel calm all of a sudden. Maybe his blood, the blood pressure was up, like calm down, right? Rosemary says relax, just now. Fatima says alive, come alive, refreshed, fantastic. Now, do you know that feeling that you are giving is not real? Do you know that sensation that you're feeling is not real? And I'll tell you why. Do you know it takes time for that drink that you just drank to get to the cells of the body to quench your thirst? It takes some time. So that drink that you just drank, before it gets to the cells of your body to quench it takes time. So that immediate reaction or sensation you are feeling is your brain that's creating that sensation. And it is creating the sensation ahead of the experience. The cells of your body have not yet experienced the Coke, but the brain has triggered you to create the sensation ahead of the experience. So the order or the right law is that the sensation should precede the experience, because it is a sensation that brings the experience. I hope you guys get this thing. This is why you cannot be praying for wealth and feeling poor. That prayer point will not be answered. This is why people struggle. You cannot be praying for abundance and walking around like a pauper. It is proof that your body has not gotten the memo. It is proof of double-mindedness. You have not aligned. Do you understand? And the forces that God has instituted will not honor you until you click. This is the missing piece of the puzzle for a lot of people. You've been deceived into believing that the experience needs to come, and then, don't you get it? He says God calls the end from the beginning. What is the end? The end of everything you do in this life is an emotion. So God feels the sensation of the experience ahead. In fact, from the beginning. ahead of the experience. But you, oh, I hope somebody gets this thing. I'm telling you, this is the one of the main challenges people have. And this is why the body continuously takes people in a direction that does not align with their vision. I've met people who say, oh, you know, I'm gonna be fit this year. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna exercise this year. And then they start going, you know, they go first day, second day, third day, you know, they're feeling it. And then one day, the alarm rings. And then they hear the alarm. And then the body says to the brain, since when did we start? Hello, I did not receive this mail. Since when did all of this start? And then you now do initial gra. You say, oh yeah, let me just snooze it for 5 minutes. And then you snooze it for 5 minutes. And then it wakes you up again. And the body is like, hello, what's going on here? I've not received this memo. And before you know it, you turn off the alarm, and then your body causes you to grind to a halt. You want to know why? You have not spoken the language it understands. When you express an emotion, your cells are attending a class. They are in a classroom learning what their future is about to become. I hope you guys get this thing. I hope you get it, right? So you need to start taming this thing. See, it says, that which I will to do, I do not. Why? Because I find another law at work in my body, in my members. Don't you get it? There is a programming of this body. And if you don't reprogram it, the law that is at work in your members would contradict the will that you have. So you need to retrain or reprogram the body to a new mind. And until you reprogram the body to a new mind, it is not aligned. It is proof that you are out of alignment. Says, for the joy that was set before him, hello, cross, joy, hello. But he saw beyond, he saw the end. So the question is, how do I begin to express these emotions ahead of the event? It's called mental rehearsal. You see, the mind does not know the difference between imagination and real life. It doesn't know the difference. Particularly, the body does not know the difference between your imagination and real life. Can I ask you a question? Have you watched a movie that had a sad ending and then you began to cry? Let me know in the comments. Has that ever been your experience before? Maybe Titanic or one of those movies. Now, some of you have watched that movie 5 times. The 6th time you are watching it, you know the scene. You know that scene is coming up. That scene that makes you know it's coming up, yet the tears will still stream down. Can I ask you a question? Did the actor die in real life? Did the actor die in real life? No. The actor is happy in their house. You know, they made money. But guess what? You are shedding real tears. You don't know why you're shedding real tears? The mind does not know the difference. Or the body does not know it. The body is causing you to shed real tears. Now, what am I trying to help you see? When you create it as though it is real, the mind takes it as real. Can you see why it says calling those things that be not as though they were, not as though they are, as though they were? And so when you create it in your imagination, and it lands you, if you create it in your imagination well enough, it should land you in the emotion of that experience. And it is the emotion of the experience that then begins to teach your body on the new direction that it should go. Do you understand what I'm saying? A study was done with basketball players. They broke them into 3 categories. The first category of people, they told them to rehearse free throws, penalties, free throws. They told them to rehearse the free throws in real life. So they were practicing for I think about a month, every day practicing. The second category of people, they told them not to practice, but to imagine themselves practicing. So they told them to close their eyes and visualize themselves doing it. And that's all they were doing. Just visualizing that they were playing, shooting the basketball into the net. The third category of people, they told them to not do anything. So there were 3 categories: those that practice in real life, those that practice in their mind, and those that didn't do anything. At the end of this experiment, they brought all of them together and they told them to, in real time, throw the ball into the net. Do you know that they found out that the third category of people did not improve? The first and the second category of people improved by the same measure. There was only a 1% difference. Did you hear what I said? They improved by the same measure. So they found out that the mind, right, when you rehearse in your mind, that it sends the signals to your body as though it is a real-time experience. And when you are in real time, it manifests this as real. So, what am I trying to tell you? Guys, you have to have a practice of closing your eyes and seeing your goals manifested. Seeing them manifested to the degree that it lands you in an emotion. Linger in that emotion because the cells of your body are attending a class. Oh, do you understand? Please, just in the comments, let me know that you are flowing, that you get this thing. Have you schooled the cells of your body? Every time that you do not shut your eyes to visualize what the end of the matter is and feel it as though it has already happened, the cells of your body have not gone to class. They still have the old scripting, and that which you will to do, you will do not. Why? Because the old scripting is what is in your body. Do you know how he ended that particular part? He said, so what then do I do? He said, with my mind, I serve. And that's what I'm saying. With your mind, you need to serve. You need to serve with your mind, your dreams, your hopes and aspirations. Listen to me. The body craves the familiar. And if you leave it to the default programming of the body, it will take you to the familiar. Can I ask you a question? Please respond to me even as I begin to round up in the comments. Your dreams, your hopes and aspirations, your goals, your dreams, your hopes and aspirations, do they reside in a familiar territory, or do they reside in an unfamiliar territory? Please let me know. Those your dreams, your hopes, those big dreams, hopes, and aspirations that you want, do they reside in a familiar territory or in an unfamiliar territory? I want to see you guys comment, right? I think that's what Bamara says, an unfamiliar territory. More people. Ojoma says unfamiliar. Bernie says unfamiliar, right? A good number of people say unfamiliar. Now watch this. Your dreams, hopes, and aspirations, you guys have said they reside in an unfamiliar territory. But your body craves the familiar. So if you go by the default programming of the body, it can never take you in the direction of your dreams, hopes, and aspirations. So what you need to do is to make that which is unfamiliar become familiar with the body. And until you make the unfamiliar familiar, the body is going to take you to your past. And the way you do it is with your imagination, visualizing the end of the matter as though it is real, getting it to land you in an emotion and lingering in it and staying there. Because when you do so, the cells of your body are attending the class. They know that poverty is no longer the way. They know that healing is the children's bread. They know that you shall be the head and not the tail. They are learning those things. You are reprogramming yourself to a new mind. And as you begin to bring about that alignment and fix the state of double-mindedness, you get to a point of conviction. You get to a state of being, a state of knowing that then begins to send signals to this world, to this universe, that you are ready for that miracle. And let me tell you what begins to happen to you is that you then begin to vibrate at the frequency of your dreams. You go for that particular meeting, and for some interesting reasons, they can't put their finger to it, but they just love you. They just like you because that's the energy that you are emitting. You have clicked. Your body gets the message and is signaling people around you because emotions are contagious. That emotion that they're exuding, somebody else is feeling that emotion and recognizing that you are ready for this level of blessing. And whilst there are 100 candidates, for some interesting reason, they sense the energy that you have and they recognize that you are the person that they need to pick to align with what it is that you are believing for. The final thing is, what then begins to happen to you is you begin to see opportunities that ordinarily you would have been blinded to. And I'm telling you, this thing happens real time. You then begin to spot opportunities because you have clicked. Things that ordinarily you would not see, you will all of a sudden begin to see. Like how you desire a car and you begin to see it everywhere. It's the same way when you have clicked, right? And your body has gotten it. You then begin to see the opportunities for the creation of your dreams, of your hopes, and of your aspiration. It says, if they were mindful of the country from whence they came, they would have created opportunities to go back. So what you are mindful of determines the direction in which you go. Now, if you are mindful of the country from whence you came, you create opportunities to go back there. So it then means that if you are mindful of the country for which you are going to, you will create the opportunities. So the state of mindfulness, and that state of mindfulness is your head getting the instruction and your body aligning with it. That state of mindfulness is what creates opportunities for the manifestation of your dreams, your hopes, and aspirations. And I hope that as you embody, as you begin to take, this insight that I've shared with you and you apply it, I know that you will begin to see tangible results. You begin to see how you align. You begin to see how time and chance collides in your favor. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Please, what? I don't know how to react, honestly. Like Bev just said, Bankole, you know how to boggle minds. I think I think that is just on point. Like I'm sitting here wondering, excuse me, I'm supposed to be the goals coach here, but I'm wondering what have I been doing all year? You know, like my mind, my body, the alignment, you know, that literally killed me. Like I took some notes, you know, and if you have questions, just put your questions. We'll take 2 questions. I don't know how long Banky can be with us, but I'm going to share for about 10 minutes, and then Reverend Tunde Phillips will be here. He's already here. In fact, he has been making a lot of comments. Banky, I'm sure you will hear some things after this.
Yeah.
So Banky said that the body craves the familiar. And that stood out for me because I realized that a lot of people are stuck because they keep staying with the familiar. And then sometimes I'm telling them, oh, you have to change. You have to do this. You have to do that. But now I realize that they can't. They literally can't do it because their body is craving the familiar and they are holding on to that familiar because they're afraid of this foreign happiness. Like you called it, the desired but foreign happiness. Oh my God, somebody has posted a whole paragraph, a whole essay. Hey, God. Oh my Lord, that is it. Yeah, he said the language of the mind is thoughts. You know, when a lot of people talk about spending time in meditation, you know, spending time dreaming and all that, I don't think that anybody has quite put it together like you have just now, like helping us in just that phrase, the language of the mind is thoughts. We have to speak the language of the mind because our mind becomes our reality. So if we do not speak the language of the mind, then what reality really are we living?
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody else controlling us? Like we're just puppets. That's the truth. Our mind isn't speaking to our bodies. So what is really happening? Oh my goodness. You know, I used to teach people when I teach goal setting, I say your emotions has to be aligned with the goals you want to have. Because if your emotions are not there, you cannot express it. And people always want your emotions. What? Let me just get it done. I said, no, your emotions bring out your results. Your emotions help you fine-tune your expectations so that you know how you feel when you have achieved this thing. If you do not understand how you feel, then probably you won't be able to even go there because there is no feeling attached, right? And then you said, let me see. I wrote down so many things, though. I wrote down a lot. Create it in your imagination long enough until it begins to show up in your body. I'm taking that with me. There are a number of things I want that I haven't seen in a while in my life. In fact, I was telling my friend Funke, I say it feels like some things have broken in my life. Like I'm not getting that flow like I used to anymore, right? Any questions yet? I'm not seeing questions, so that's why. So I'm just going to go in right into my talk. But, you know, I'm not getting that flow that I used to have before. They've broken. And now from what you've said, I realize that I probably have shifted in the way I think those things. Before, I was very conscious of them. I was very aware of them, so much so that my subconscious just delivers those things, just vets those things. But for some reason, I just let it slip, right? And so I'm no more having those experiences. And I'm so glad that I know this now because I know that I have to go back to that place of dreaming and meditation and just, you know, thinking those things back until they become very present, alive in my thoughts again. And so I begin to experience those things and I begin to birth and have these results. Thank you, Bankole. I am so excited. I'm so happy. Like this year, in fact, nobody's going to see me come in as a man. In fact, they should get ready. People, are you ready for me? I don't think you are. You know, so I'm just going to on spot Bankole right now so that, you know, he can pick up his teacher and do what he needs to do, and then he can join us whenever else he's ready. So Banky, I know that you might get some things impressed on your heart because that's how my meetings go, right? We just get impressions like I explained to you at some point, and then I'll just, you can feel free to share it at some point. Just after Reverend Philip finished talking, we'll just get into that. All right, so everybody, please say thank you, Bankole. Thank you, Bankole. There's a question. Okay, sorry, Banky, just take this question, then you can disappear, please. This recipe of emotions and intention leads to action. Sounds like the antidote for procrastination. I don't know. Until, how can I get back on track if I'm out of alignment? I think he answered that, right? But don't just say anything about those two things, please.
Okay. I think all I'll just say is, you know, repetition enhances retention, you know. So what I've told you is something you should practice regularly and repeat, right? Because the more you do it, the better you become at it, right? So it's not something you just do one off. It's a continuous practice. You've been practicing. See, some people have been practicing poverty, and it's not a curse or anything. But I'm just saying there is a pattern of thinking that has brought you to this point, and some people have been doing it for years. So to reprogram that pattern of thinking, you have to repeat. You have to repeat a new pattern of thinking, right? It has to be something that is done repeatedly. You know, let me tell you something. True story. Several years ago, when I was a kid, I think back in secondary school, there was this story that back then you just want to gist, There's this story that I told that was false. It was not true, right? And it used to get a lot of reaction from my friends. So without me even knowing, it was a story that I used to tell over and over and over, so about something that never happened. It never happened, but I used to say it over and over again. Several years later in my adult life, I was hanging out with my friends from the same secondary school. And then I started narrating that story. And as I was narrating it, I'm telling you, I was confused. I was like, wait, did this thing really happen? It's like it did not happen. No. I believed that it happened until it just hit me that, hey, hold on. It was all like, did it happen or it did not? I had repeated it to the point that I honestly believed that it was true. That is the power of repetition. Imagine repeating to yourself the billionaire that you are about to become. Imagine repeating to yourself the conglomerate that you are about to own. And you do it. I am telling you, it will get to a point that the cells of your body cannot understand the current version of you, that they have to upgrade or create a pathway for opportunities to ensure that there's an upgrade, right? So that is my charge to that person who asked that.
Right. Okay, thank you, Banky. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you again.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Yeah,
thank
bye.
you so much. All right, so look, we are just starting because Banky is still here, and he'll be joining us soon. And look, I don't want to say so much. I have notes and notes about things I want to share, but I really think that Banky has filled us up with so much. And I don't want to water that down. So if you can join the Telegram group, do that, because I'll be sharing a lot of these things here. And don't leave yet. You haven't heard Reverend Tunde Phillips. Don't worry, we'll definitely be out of here by 10, before 10. So don't go. I really want you to stay till the after party. If you know about the after party, just put some emoji that expresses what you think about the after party. If you have experienced an after party with me before, just do that. All right. Yeah, just thank you. All right. So I'm just going to jump ahead and say a few things. I'll just pick for my notes, and hopefully I'll still have the opportunity to share this again with everybody. So let's go straight to 3 steps to finishing strong, right? 3 steps to finishing strong. Just jump with me. 3 steps to finishing strong. The first one is recommit to your goals. Now you have to understand that your goals are not the end in themselves, but vision is the end in itself, right? Right? Vision is the end in itself. Sorry. Right? So vision is what you see, and then goals are like the pathways and the vehicles that carry you to your vision. So recommit to those goals, but in recommitting to your goals, take them one at a time. Please do not rush them. Do not try to do everything at the same time. You will get overwhelmed and you begin to drop the ball. So recommit to those goals that you set 5 months, 6 months ago, right? Right? But yeah. Okay. Recommit to your goals, the things that you set so many times ago. Keep the vision in view and start with one goal at a time. So the first thing, number one, and somebody can help me type in there, it says recommit to your goals. Number two, it's make your action steps effort driven. Make your action steps effort driven. Let me give you an example, and then I'll really explain that, right? Now, there is outcome and there is effort. Outcome is what you get, what you have after all you have done is your outcome. Effort is the energy and the time you put into that outcome, into doing what you do so that you can achieve the outcome. So for instance, an outcome is I will lose weight. Since Banky has started using that, let me just use that. I'll lose weight. But the effort is I will stop eating desserts. Do we get that? The outcome is that I will lose weight. I want to lose weight. My outcome is I will lose weight. But the effort is I will stop eating dessert. The effort are those goals, those small things that you do. So do not be outcome driven, because outcome is a big, wide vision. What does it mean to lose weight? How much weight? All that. But your effort are the things that you will do. They are the steps. They are the seeds that you plant and water that gets you into your outcome. So the number three thing is identify what is impacting you positively or negatively, right? And when to do that truly, to really do that, to identify what's impacting positively or negatively, you need to do visualization exercises. Exercises that help you in introspective motions, just helps you think through what you have done, where you have been, what you are doing. You need to do those exercises to help you. And I'll give you one. There's something called the moment of realization. All right? The moment of realization. The moment of realization is it happens to all of us. It's like saying this, and I chose this example because I know all of us have been here before. It's by saying, oh, I know everybody's business. Oh my God, I am a gossip. Right? That is like a moment of realization where you realize, oh my God, this is what is stopping me from growing. This is what is helping me grow. These are the things that I'm doing that's causing conflict, or these are the things that I'm doing that is bringing peace and grace and favor to me. So in identifying what's impacting you positively or negatively, you need to do visualization exercises. You need to think through aha moments. Thank you, Ladi. That's great. You need to think through those things so that you can have those moments of realizations, and then you chat and turn and twist and structure your life in ways that will give you great results, give you great outcomes. So those are 3 steps to finishing strong. Number 1, I'll take it again, recommit to your goals. Number 2, make your action steps effort-driven and not outcome-driven. Again, you know what your outcomes are, so focus on effort, on what you will do. And number 3 is identifying what's impacting you negatively or positively, right? The stronger you desire, the more effort you put in. So those things that you really want, how strong is your desire? The way you want to finish, how strong is your desire to finish? What do you really want it? How desperate are you? So I say it again, the stronger your desire, the more effort you put in. You can type it if you get it. The stronger your desire, the more effort you put in, right? And listen carefully. Effort is both seed and water. It's not time. Effort is both seed and water. You plant your effort in and you keep nurturing it. You keep watering it. You keep doing it, right? So you don't do your exercise one day and think that you will lose 5 pounds. No, you keep doing the same thing. You keep doing it. You started by doing your exercises, and then you start cutting out sugar. That's watering it. You start adding long walks, doing 12,000 steps. You start all those little things that you do to add to the first action you took, and like watering that action. What else can I do? Where else can I go? You know, and all those things. So effort is both seed and water, right? And then when you do that, when you sow your seed and you're watering it and you're tending it, you're doing it because it will yield, because you're expecting a yield, right? Because you're expecting a result. So listen to me carefully. You have seed, you have time, and you have harvest. We all know that, right? Seed, when you plant in and you sow your seed and you serve and you water it, then there is time. There is time where you wait to see these things manifest itself, and then there is harvest. So your seed are the goals that you set, the effort you put into it, the attention you put into it, the money you pay for things, for the courses you do. I'm so happy that I'm seeing such great coaches here and consultants like Pastor John Oguche and Dofan and Funke and all these people, right? They know how much effort they put into it. That's it. You keep doing, you keep teaching, you keep doing programs and so on, and wondering when the results will come, and that is when time comes. So you have put this thing, and then time is where you are watering. As you are waiting for it to happen, you're still fine-tuning, you're still polishing. The more effort you are putting to it as you wait, you don't just let it go, you keep doing this thing. And then harvest comes, and harvest is the result. Harvest is the result of the kind of seeds that you sowed, the kind of water you poured on those seeds, and the yield that you now have. I hope that makes sense. So just imagine seed is goals, right? Time is effort, and then harvest is results. Let me say that again. I will send you slides, so you see all these things in the slides. So seed is goals, time is effort, and harvest is results, right? Yeah, I know that some of you say, life happens, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. That's what a lot of my coach, my mentees say, or the people I could say, this happened to me and all that, and that's fine. Everything happens. I believe strongly that everything that happens to you happens for a reason. But then, okay, so I just heard that Steve Harris was here. I hope he's still here. Steve Harris is like, I can't talk more about that. So thank you, Harris, for being here as well. And everybody that is here, thank you. I saw so many people. Pastor Femi George is here. So many. God bless you real good for me. Right? Everything happens for a reason. Explore the reason. Don't run from your experience. Your experience is betting gold in you. It's bringing out the best in you. Don't run from your experience. Explore your experience to the maximum, from end to end. Explore the experience, because it leads you to your results, or it leads you to points in it. Like what you experience makes you better. Don't run from experience. Don't pray against your pain or whatever. No, just ensure that you take out of it what you have to do it. And that's what we call living fully. For you to live fully, for you to experience everything in your life and get the best result of it, there are parts of it that you will enjoy, but there are parts of it you will endure. There are two E words. Listen carefully. For you to enjoy your life maximally and have all the results you want, there are parts of it you will enjoy, and there are parts of it you will endure. They come hand in hand. You won't enjoy it throughout. No. Enjoyment is good. Enjoyment is the staff, but endurance is the rod. Enjoyment is the staff, but endurance is the rod. So you will enjoy, but you endure. To finish strong, you will enjoy and you will also endure. Somebody write that for me. You will enjoy, but you will also endure. And you can write enjoy and endure in capital letters. So enjoying is that process of envisioning, living the vision, thanking God for choosing you, feeling special, feeling brilliant, blah, blah, blah. That's your enjoyment. But enduring is the process of betting that vision. Don't run from it. Some of us run from that process, right? That process. But what we did not realize is that process is where our insatiable hunger is born. That hunger that tells us, you're wondering, why must I keep doing this thing? Pastor John is wondering, why must I keep teaching these people business? I'm teaching, they're not showing up, right? People are saying, I'm calling for meeting, that I'm pouring out myself, they're not, blah, blah, blah. That endurance is what is betting in us perfection. Is what is betting in us an excellent spirit. Is what is betting in us that life that we are looking at. But there is a hunger, look, and you know it. That's why you feel bad when you don't finish strong, because of that hunger, that emptiness, that thing that just seems insatiable, and it's like hunger. And let me make an analogy as I round up what I'm saying now. Let me make an analogy between food, right? I think I wrote it down here. Between food and our fulfillment in life and our finishing strong. Food, we're hungry, we want to eat, right? Right? I know there are a number of people, if you love food here, just say yes. I love food. Just tell the truth. If you love food, just put it there. I like food. I don't eat a lot, but I think food can be amazing. It has great potential, right? If you love it, let me see if you want me to call you. I know some of you love food. Anyway, so your purpose or your assignment or that thing that you're called to do is like that insatiable hunger. You will not find rest until you do those things. Right? the way you keep feeling year in, year out, you're not accomplishing, you're not growing, you're not doing things, you're not getting better, all those kind of things, is because you're not in alignment with your assignment. It's because you are not doing all the things that you are called to do, right? And our calling is in 3 parts. There is the assignment we have been called to do. Whatever vision you are dreaming of, whatever you think you want to have, whatever goals you have set for yourself, if it's not in alignment in a way or directly with your assignment, with your purpose, with why you are here, you will continue to have that insatiable hunger. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? There are 3 things, like I said. There is your assignment and your calling that is direct to you that you must do. For me, it's speaking. It's speaking, is writing. I have to. There are many times I say, you know what, I won't do program again. I won't do anything. I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. I can't. I have to. I just have to. Because it's an assignment, it's a calling. I can't rest until it's done. And then there are projects and things that, God permits us to do. So your assignment and your calling is like God's perfect will, right? God's permissive will for you is to do some projects and other things. Those things you do so that you're more enlightened, you can expand, you can grow. Those things happen to you. And then there are places where you are meant to serve as a person. You cannot miss that. There is service that is called to you that you have to find and give yourself to. So 2 things. There's an assignment that you must do that is aligned with you, that is yours, that you must do. And then there are projects that you can do from time to time that you are allowed to do because it expands your mind and it helps you. And then there are places that you must serve, and you cannot but serve. You cannot but do that. So as I round up this now, right, I will just give you some principles of finishing strong, and then in 6 minutes, and then Reverend Tunde Phillips comes up. Are we good? How are we doing, people? Thank you so much for this summaries. I need to know who this person is. Yeah, you are amazing. You are amazing. But Ubamara Ezonobi, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, Inka says we're good. Awesome, awesome. We're good. Okay. Great, great, great. I'm happy to hear that. All right, principles. Principles of finishing strong. Number 1, routine. Routine. You have to build a routine. What routine helps you do is that it helps you remember things. It helps your subconscious remember what you're meant to be doing. That's what your routine does. So all the things Banky has said, if you think about it and you can't remember much, remember routine. This thing I want to do, I have to keep doing it long enough until it becomes part of me. I have to think about it long enough until it becomes part of me. So you need to build a routine. Number 2, you have to get a support system. A support system is like an accountability group of people that keep you accountable to the things that you have committed to do, right? So you need a support system, people that will hold you up and keep you going there. All right, good. So number 1 is routine. Number 2 is support system. Number 3 is endurance, the spirit of endurance. You have to endure through the times that seems tough and unstable, and you have to endure through it. James chapter 1 verse 2 to 8 tells us that these things that we are going through is meant to birth in us perfection. It's meant to birth in us patience and perfection. We are waiting to go through this trial so that we become better, right? Number 4, you have to focus on the vision and the process. So some people just focus on vision. I must get here, I must get here. No, there is a process. You have to also go through the process. So do not miss out on the process, like I said. So you focus on the vision and the process that will get you to the vision, all right? Don't run from it. Stay in it. Endure it, right? And milk it to get all the lessons that you have to get. And the next one, I think this is number 5, right? Pictures, vivid pictures. You need to have vivid pictures in your minds. That is visioning, your vision. Make sure it comes to you in pictures, things you can paint, things that you can have, that can help you. You need to have those things. So have pictures of the future that you desire. Paste them on your fridge, put them on your laptop as fingers, whatever it is, but have those pictures. And then the last one is role models. I'm not going to say mentors because mentorship is a whole long conversation. So I'm just going to stop at role models. role models that have lived the life that you want to live, role models that you get inspiration from watching their life and how they live, that you learn from. You need to have role models. Yesterday, I was listening to someone called Joyce Daniels talk about, she just got into, she's running for an office, she's in politics now, and she's talking about her role models from the Bible in politics. And she was talking about Joseph, and she was talking about, I think she has Esther as well. And she has some people that were in politics and she could look at, wow. And I went back and I said, who are the people that I look at as well in the Bible? Who are the people that have impacted my life positively, that I have looked at, and I just know that these people carry something that I want. And the one for me that even God told me about, and if you've heard me talk about before, I probably have mentioned this to you, is Joseph. Joseph is a builder, you know, and when God was telling me that I'm a builder called to build people and institutions and nations, you know, that was the example I had. Joseph was a builder. He went through a process for the vision that God had given him. He went through some of it, he did by his own hand, but that's conversation of another day, right? But he went. So Joseph for me is a role model for me on building people, institutions, and nations. Abraham, wow. Abraham carried the vision in his heart so much that until 100 years, Abraham was carrying a vision, oh my God, of just one child. How to carry a vision through it, to be true to that vision. Abraham for me. Then Deborah. Deborah was a prophetess, was a woman in her time. The women didn't go to war, but she did. She spoke words that bettered things, that made things happen. Then see Mary. Mary bettered the Christ. See, anything that you want to become, you can't. If you're a Christian, I know there might be a few Muslims here, so pardon me, right? But this is my reality, right? There are people in the Bible that you can find that can role model for you. And then there are also people in your life. So I have people in my life that I look up to for different things. For different things I do, for comparing, there are one or two people that I look up to. In fact, there's someone that is my mentor in comparing events and things like that. When it comes to marriage and ministry, there are people I look at and talk to about marriage, about ministry, about consulting, about just growth. Right, there's a support system I'm putting together around me, and those are the principles. And Dofan has written them down, and I'll just read them out to you. Number 1, routine. Number 2, support systems. Number 3, endurance. Number 4, focus on the vision and the process. Number 5, vivid pictures. And number 6, role models. I'm going to stop there now. I have a lot of things written down, but I'm going to stop there because I know that you've taken it. you got it. You have it. I know you have. If you have, just tell me in the chat that you have it. All of you that are not talking in this thing, I'm looking at you. I'll also start calling people's names, right? So I just want to ask, I hope you got that. That is it. That's all I'm sharing with you today. This is how I believe you can finish strong. This is how I believe you can finish strong, right? Remember all the things I shared at the beginning. If you're in the first 10 minutes I shared about wisdom, remember that, don't miss it. If you miss anything, go to YouTube. The video will be on YouTube. I'll just end this. And if Reverend Tunde is here, please, I want you to just put up your hand or something so I can spotlight you now. As I close my session, as I hand over the mic to Reverend Tunde, I want to say this. Pray. Pray. Go back to praying, to just meditating, to just trusting in the power that is beyond yours, that is above yours, to carry you through that finish line. You have to finish strong. It's great to start strong, but it's greater to finish strong. And I see a lot of you here are high achievers, and this is important for you. Remember, when we pray, we reach out for strength. Right? We reach out for strength from our covenant partner. Do you understand what that means? When we pray, hear me say that again, and I'll say that, and I'll go. When we pray, we reach out for strength from our covenant partner, and you know that our covenant partner is God. So you are reaching out to God. God is your covenant partner. He says he will hold your hand, he will be with you, he will carry you through this. Just so much. So remember to pray. Thank you so much for this time. I'm so happy I was able to share this with you. So Reverend Tunde Phillips is an amazing, amazing man of God. He's you know, I'm not very sure how to share some things about him because I know that I know that, you know, there are some things that can't be said, but he's an amazing man of God. He has a foundation, a ministry that has helped so many lives. I've heard testimonies of the kind of things they've done. You know, he's a wise person. See, I have so many people that have told me of how he has helped them in changing and transforming their lives that he has never even mentioned. You need those kind of people. You need to sit down with those kind of people and hear them talk, because there is something that they are carrying on the inside that doesn't need validation from anybody, right? They have their validation from God. When the Bible says that people grow in favor and stature, in wisdom and in stature before God and their men, that is Reverend Tunde Phillips. And I'm so honored that he chose to be here and he accepted to speak with us and to just share with us. So Reverend Tunde Phillips, I am about to spotlight you. I know your video is on in a minute and then you went off again. So please, can you come back? Can you come back on? We have about, sorry, I took so much of your time, but we still have some time to go on. So can you come back on? All right, so I'm just going to add him to the spotlight as I welcome him. Thank you for being here, sir. It's such an honor to have you, to host you. And I know this is just for you to minister wisdom to us, but I know that we will do another program together. Definitely, definitely. So can you please take it over, sir?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Bring you joy. but I'm so blessed, and like I told you earlier, I'm so excited about the things you are doing, because starting and finishing strong is the hallmark of the believer, and I believe that so many people here are believers. So that's just great for me. I was so blessed by Banki, and I mean, just amazing things he was saying. And I just want to just kick off from there and to thank you for this opportunity. So many people I know are on the wall. I can see Pastor Dofan, I can see Pastor Amy, Yode, I can see Ladi, and so many other people. God bless you. And I believe you can hear me. There's this Chinese proverb I heard so many years ago: what I hear, I forget; what I see, I remember; and what I do, I understand. And that has shaped the practicality in which we operate the kingdom and in which we operate in life. You know, and I'm so blessed by what Ihotu said about God telling us that wisdom is acumen and understanding is application. And the summary of all this, just like what Bankole was saying and what she has been sharing all evening, is that we are the function of the things we are hearing. If you hear right, you will do right. If you hear wrong, you will do wrong. And the reason why people gravitate to the familiar is because those are the things they are hearing. Those are the things they are used to. Those are the things that in quote are easy. But if you start hearing differently, you will make your body gravitate. And please, let's not forget that we are spirit, soul, and body. And of course, the least form of getting success is the body. Next is the soulish realm, which we've been talking about, your mind. As a man thinketh, so he is. And then, but of course, we know that the ultimate is spirit, because we are spirit beings that have souls contained in the body. And once you make your spirit ascend, every other thing will follow. And two scriptures that guide my life have been Philippians 1:6 and Philippians 2:13. Philippians 1:6 says, "It's God who begins a good work in you and is able to complete it." How does he complete it? Philippians 2:13 says, "He works in us to will and to do for his good pleasure," meaning that it is God that is working in you. It is God that is helping you to do. It is God that is helping you to accomplish. And all you do is yield. So the truth is that for you to be successful, for you to be a person of wisdom, a person of understanding, is just simply to yield to God. Because just like faith comes by hearing God's word, wisdom comes by acknowledging God, by obeying God. You know, I don't have time to read scriptures, but just understand that wisdom comes by acknowledging God, obeying God, asking him. James 1 says, if you ask him, and Banki quoted that you don't ask being double-minded, having options A, B, C, because I've realized that the reason why people actually fail and why they don't keep up with projects is that they have alternatives. So if one is not working, they jump to the next rather than staying with the project till the end. And again, for you to work in wisdom, you need to associate with the wise, because it is the people that, just like Ihotu was talking about, your accountability group. In 2020, I was in a group with a few ladies, and there we set goals for the year. We came up with 10 things that we wanted to do for the year. And every month we'll come and discuss what we were doing to achieve those goals. And eventually we saw that we were producing more, getting the results, like she said, seed, which are your actions, time, which are the things, your goals, the thing, seed, which is your goals, time, the effort and the action that you're putting in, and then of course results. So eventually we moved to quarterly. At the end of 2020, we achieved over 90% of the things that we set to do, because there's something about multiplied effects. One will chase 1,000, two will chase tens of thousands, and in that multiplication. So associate with the wise. And then, of course, be conscious of Christ. Now, I've realized over the years that there are 4 levels of knowledge. The general knowledge, everybody knows something. Then the realization knowledge that makes us born again. The revelation knowledge that makes us born again. Then the realization knowledge of who we are in Christ. But you see, who we are in Christ is not enough. You also need to know what you have in Christ and what you can do in Christ. Christ in us, the hope of glory. Christ in us, the manifestation of results. Because Christ in us is both the wisdom of God and the power of God. So I've realized that the more you realize who you are in Christ, and the more you realize that Christ is in you, the more you start taking responsibility. And the more you start taking responsibility, the more you achieve. Again, concerning understanding, which she calls application, is the same thing. Psalm 2:8 says, those who fear the Lord, those who obey him, will walk in understanding. And just like where I started from, what I hear, I forget. What I see, I remember. That's why you must have pictures. And then what I do, I understand. We must plan, we must prepare, we must practice, and we must present. You can't do it without having a plan, without having ideas of what you want to do. And then now that you have ideas about what to do, you must get information. And that's your preparation. A lot of people are quick to jump to do stuff. No, get information, talk to other people, visit other places, get information concerning what you want to do, and then start practicing. And most of this practice, like Banki said, which is true, because when I was in flying, there's something they used to call chair flying, where we sit down, we have an idea of how the control panels are, how the dashboard in the aircraft is, and then we visualize what we want to do all the way from startup of the engine to taxiing, to taking off, to doing what we want to do in the area, and to landing. And the more you did that, the easier and better it was for you to fly physically. So I totally agree with that study. So visualize, rehearse, mental rehearsing, rehearse, visualize, dream, think about, meditate. That's how I want to put it. Meditate, think about that thing. See yourself in the picture. Dream about where you want to be at the end of the year, 5 years time, 10 years time, and then, of course, go into action. So I want to end this talk with the story of Nehemiah, because thank God that Ihotu talked about role models, because Nehemiah is one of my role models. And if you look at the book of Nehemiah, which is about 13 chapters, you see that Nehemiah came to a position of realization and responsibility. Of course, he was the king's, just like a government official serving the king. But people came from home country to tell him about the problem they were facing. The walls of Israel, the walls of Jerusalem were down. And in those days, not having a wall meant that you were defenseless, meant that you were without help. It was a very horrible situation to be in. And interestingly, these people that were living in Jerusalem came to report to him. They came to cry. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people are just complaining about the situation. Thank God that virtually everybody here is Nigerian. What do you see about Nigeria? Have you taken responsibility for Nigeria? Because a lot of people are just crying rather than preparing themselves for leadership, rather than preparing themselves for opportunity. If you are given the same opportunity to be a senator now, to be a House of Rep member now, to be a governor now, to be a minister now, to be the president of Nigeria, do you do anything differently? Would you do anything differently? You would only do something differently if you are prepared. So Nehemiah stayed with God. And from chapters 1 to 2, we see him praying for about 4 months. And he wasn't stepping out of God. He was just praying. And I believe in that prayer, he was asking God questions. And God was telling him how to go about this, telling him what he needed for this. Immediately opportunity came and the king asked him, what was the problem? He said, oh, there was a problem in his home country. And then the king asked him, okay, what do you want? He was able to sell the vision. He was able to tell him the requirements for the job. I had a friend a long time ago who was able to meet the president, the head of state then, when we were junior officers. And the president asked him, what do you want me to do for you? And he couldn't say. And to get to the president was crazy. I mean, it's one of the saddest stories in my life that I've ever heard. And that made me understand the necessity for preparation. And so he was able to tell the king what he needed, the time he needed. And then he went to his home country and they did a survey. A lot of people want to start things. Sometimes your survey is even going to work with somebody else. I'm privileged that I'm in the military. So I'm using the military to learn forward for my foundation. And that's why in our foundation, we are not making mistakes. We're 12 years this year. And we are learning from others to be able to improve on our own products. So you need to do a survey before you share it with partners. And that's why it's so critical that you understand what you want to do, how you want to do it before you share it with partners so that partners don't sidetrack you. Then number 4, you need to delineate responsibility. By the time you go to chapter 3, you will see that everybody was involved except the family in verse 5, who the Bible says were too lazy to help. So meaning that it's not like as if you cannot get things done, but it's laziness. And that's what we've been talking about all evening from 8 o'clock. That the reasons why people don't get things done is that they allow the body to rule their mind, to rule their spirit. And like great men of God have said, like there is no stubborn problem. There are only lazy people or lazy Christians, but we can't be lazy. So delineate responsibility, give apportion task. It's your responsibility, since you are the lead for the project, to know who is to do what and apportion task. And then number 5, you must stand against challenges. Please don't be deceived. There will be challenges. A lot of people think that, oh, because there are challenges is not God's will. No. I really love what Ihotu said again, that there are times of enjoying the process and then there are times of enduring the process. So that you are going through your endurance phase does not mean you're out of God's will. Sometimes, or most of the times, I believe that the reason we face challenges is to develop inner strengths, because there are always bigger things. I believe it makes you plan more, it makes you train more, it makes you ask more questions, it makes you just depend on God. And then number 6, now, once you've overcome that challenge, set up a structure. You will see that Nehemiah set up a structure that outlived him. He set up a system of governance. And most of the time, one of the things I see why successes don't endure is because we are not able to set up a structure and organization around that success that makes it continue to work. And then lastly, emphasize the spirituals. You will see that Nehemiah went back to the issue of fasting, the issue of praying, the issue of God's word. Especially for us who are believers, we can't run away from spirituals. It is those spirituals that give you the right pictures. And my spirituals are in Acts 2, 42 to 45. If Joy says, I'm wise from God's word. And Acts 2, 42 to 45 says that they submitted to the apostles' teaching. That means they got into God's word. They fellowshiped regularly with God and with man. They broke bread, reminding them about the ultimate sacrifice that has been made on our behalf that makes us successful. They prayed long and hard, and they always gave in preaching, in teaching, and with this kind of meeting that Ihotu has given us. God bless you, and thank you very much for this opportunity. I speak words of blessing over you, that from this meeting, you have the strength to be able to accomplish everything that you've heard. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you are able to accomplish all that you desire this year. Now, this is August. We are running out of months. You have 4 more months. Nothing is too difficult to accomplish. It might not matter that you failed in the last 7-8 months. It doesn't matter. Start from now. Pick up these things that you have heard from this meeting and run with it. I assure you, like I said, outrun the chariots of the system. Outrun the chariots of the kings. You outrun the chariots of the competition. You know, let the Holy Ghost come upon you. Let the power of the Most High overshadow you. Receive the wisdom of Christ that makes you stand out in the marketplace. Receive the power of God that makes you overcome every issue. Light has come for you. So every darkness, leap over those walls, charge through those troops, and be an overcomer. At the end of this year, we hear great testimonies about you. In December, by the time we are doing the next program for starting strong, you are sharing your testimonies because you have received the help and the power of God that is needed to jumpstart you, to help you and enable you to be everything that God wants you to be and to accomplish in Jesus' name. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. But please just
Thank you, sir.
before you go. Yes, please say thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. We are blessed. And we are full, but we just so I'm just going to say thank you to all of you on YouTube. Thank you for being there. Make sure you share the links. I'm going to go off YouTube now. So thank you, YouTube audience, for holding it down. If you want to join us, you can just follow the Zoom link which you have and join us on Zoom now. So we're just going to stop